All right. We are back at it again. And Krispy Kreme. Why, hello, David D. Whoop. It's been a very busy Sunday, so I'm a little bit late to stream today. However, we'll hopefully be able to get things done today. I'm giving you a little bit of extra time so you can get on that leaderboard. Come on. Oh, there you go. That should be good for now. For what it's worth, the Cabbage Gatekeeper isn't in the running for most point total by the end of the year. So you're currently in the lead for this week. All right, let's see. Celeste. We're going to do our usual thing where we play a chapter of Celeste, get a good sense of the controls again, and then dive right back into development. Yeah. More dev tracing, yes, but also a little bit of procrastination to start. I've done a little bit of... okay. Something is going wrong with my GPU driver, which is going to be super fun to figure out. Sometimes while I'm streaming, all of my monitors turn off, and everything that uses the GPU decides to crash, including OBS and Unity and Celeste and the Cabbage Bot, and I have to reset everything. It's fun. It's so fun. But Unity gave me a very useful looking error log instead of OBS, which usually just says, oops, something went wrong with your graphics driver. So I'll actually have somewhere to see how to fix that. It is. Very good observation, Diesel. How are you streaming? I'm trying to stream more on Sundays. Get some development time in. That's currently the plan. But we'll see how far I get. So normally these streams are going to start with me playing a chapter of Celeste, getting a sense of what the character controller looks like, and then diving into Unity to see how I can replicate it. By the end of last stream, I was struggling with a couple things a little bit. I was really trying to essentially roll my own physics, or at least try to avoid using physics as much as possible, and rely on collisions instead. Turns out, when you try to make your own collision resolution system in Unity, it really doesn't like it. There's a lot of really weird, nuanced things that I learned by spending like 12 hours trying to get it to work. And just this morning, I decided to revert to a physics-based system instead. Boo. God damn it, that kills streams too, doesn't it? Or that kills streaks, doesn't it? That sucks. Yeah, I started stream and then my computer crashed and I had to restart it. God, that sucks that it kills those streaks. Boo. I mean, I guess the good situation is that I am tracking streaks separately, so that's what I'll be using for the cabbies, but that kind of sucks that it just kills everyone else's. God, I really need to fix that. That's so stupid. But yeah, I streamed for like, what, 10 minutes before my computer decided to take a shit. Gah. Alright. Alright, the thing that I really want to try and figure out is how best to do a jump here. Because I already have... Whoops. Oh, wait. I have a gamepad now. Right? Gamepad toggle. Gamepad toggle. Just kidding. Hang on. Hang on. There it is. Aha. And now this should theoretically work in the background. Yay! Okay. So now I'll be able to do some recordings and actually see how the jump kind of works in terms of like when I press it versus when I let it go. I can kind of do like a frame-by-frame analysis of that. Okay. Thank God. Everything is working as intended now. Anything here? Nope. Okay. But yeah, jump is really what I want to get down, because right now I have movement working fine and falling working okay. I don't think... I'm gonna have to test to see what happens if I mash left and right. It looks like maybe there's like some very minor acceleration. Right now my controller doesn't have any sort of acceleration. So I wonder what would happen if I were to just like tap. Yeah. I'll have to see what happens when I just tap on like left or right to see how far my character moves. Because I don't think it moves as little as this does. There's probably some very like minor acceleration to get up to top speed that I'm just not doing right now. That would make, I think, going left and right feel a bit more natural. Oh great, you again. Well, well, I didn't expect to see you up here. I'm glad you're still in one piece. I see you made it through the hotel. Did you meet Mr. Oshiro? Oh, I met him all right. He chased me out of there after I cleaned up a bunch of junk for him. Oh, ho, ho, that sounds like a fun morning. Oshiro's a lost soul, dear. That place is much more than just a hotel to him. Don't make him your project. You know what I think? I think this mountain drove both of you crazy. You know, you're not the first person to say that. Maybe you're right. How would I know if I were crazy? The way I see it, the mountain can't bring out anything that isn't already in you. But you gotta be a few crows short of a murder to live up here in the first place, right? What are you even talking about? Oh, I'm just rambling like the old bat I am. Are you ready to give up? I know a shortcut back to your car. Back off, lady. I'm heading for the summit. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between stubbornness and determination, isn't it? You remind me of myself when I was young. Good luck and mind the wind. Oh, wait. I forgot. I forgot this game has wind. Okay, so there actually might be some pretty significant physics going on here. That's actually pretty fortunate that I transitioned to physics then. You don't get many visitors up here, do you? No, I can't say I do. I don't mind the solitude, though. Lady, preach. Sometimes I think I should live in solitude, too. It's nice. I really tried to get through to Mr. Oshiro. I wanted to help him. Oshiro needs to move on from that hotel. But it's not going to happen on your schedule. And it doesn't help that you've got something to prove. Don't you get lonely in that little cabin? I have friends, dear. I may be crazy, but I'm not a hermit. Sorry. I didn't mean to assume. When I was younger, I couldn't imagine staying in one place for this long. But then I found this mountain, and I knew right away it would be my home. What's so special about it? The mountain shows you who you really are, whether you're ready for it or not. It keeps me honest. All right. Okay, yeah, so interesting. Yeah, so when I let go, it'll still push me. So there's certainly like forces being applied to me. Or since it's like, what's interesting about this wind is that it's a full screen sort of wind. I've seen some platformers that'll have like wind channels that you can jump through, and you'll like move faster or slower depending on the direction you're going into it with. But that'll only take up like a section of the screen, and if you jump into that wind channel, it'll sort of direct your movement or impact your physics. Whereas this is like a full screen sort of thing. So maybe instead of like applying a force, it's just like modifying the velocity vector. So if wind equals left, right, then change Madeline's maximum x velocity to the right to be this, and then change their max velocity to the left to be this. Do I accelerate, I wonder? Yeah, maybe it's like an overwrite of like the velocity values, or is it actually applying like physics to it? I think they could get away with either since it's like a full screen thing. That's interesting too. If I'm like obscured by something, then I don't get blown by the wind. Wait, when does that trigger? It's when I touch it. Okay, so if I'm right next to like a ledge that's technically like blocking the winds, then it doesn't blow me. But if I'm like slightly off of it, then it starts to blow me. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, wind effect. So now this complicates things in terms of like, initially my assumption was like, oh, there's no actual physics going on here. We're just like translating a character and we can set our own like maximum velocity and it doesn't really matter. But now that there's wind blowing, there might be some physics involved. But again, since it's like a full screen effect, it could just be a logic-based thing of like, oh, I can't do that. It could just be a logic-based thing of like, oh, modify her maximum velocity vectors when the wind is blowing in this direction. Ah, shit. This would be interesting. I wonder if I would want to try to... I mean, I obviously won't replicate it today because I still need to work on like just the basic jumps and whatnot, but I wonder what it would take to replicate something like this. Right. Oh, shit. Give me that. Those are always neat. Ah! Woo! Woo! I have no idea what the logic is for like these sorts of things, where it basically depends on when you hit the jump button or when you hold the jump button. So if I jump off of it like at the top of its jump versus if I wait for the bottom and go, that didn't seem like a difference. Oh, you know, it doesn't. I gotcha. So if I were to jump off of it as it's going down, then it doesn't get me that high up. But if it's moving up and I wait for it to actually like go up, like a timing sort of thing, then I get more velocity off of it. How would that work? I think it's probably the same sort of principle as like the momentum blocks that we saw in like stage 1, where like depending on the... Oh, I counted that as a win. Okay. Depending on like the direction of movement of the thing that I'm standing on, it'll apply like a certain multiplier to my jump. That'll be an interesting one. Howdy, Mr. Pupple. Thank you for the follow. Happy Halloween. Sure. Halloween is whatever time you want it to be. I know plenty of people who celebrate Halloween all year long. They're usually called goths, but hey. Oh god, can I get this? I respect the aesthetic. Wait. And then up. Okay, so, I beg your pardon. I mean, what? It's it's February now, which not necessarily Halloween season, but for anybody who enjoys Halloween all year round, most people that make Halloween their aesthetic, which again, I love the aesthetic. I don't judge it at all, but they're more on the goth spectrum. You know, they like the aesthetic of Halloween. I'm just feeling spooky today. I'm not. Hey, no. Well, hey now. There's a difference, apparently. I don't know the specific. I'm not well versed in this, but from what I hear, there's a difference between goth and emo. I can't tell you what that difference is, but some people would be very upset to be confused with one or the other. I am not making any sort of judgments on either. I'm just a typical white boy from Michigan. I ain't got no allegiance. There we go. What? Damn. But seeing as Halloween is also one of my favorite seasons, you're obviously receiving no judgments here. I would love, you know what? I would love to celebrate Halloween in February, because even though like my birthday is in February, I would still say that February is objectively probably like the worst month out of the year. It's got to have something else outside of like Valentine's Day to make it more interesting. I'm a Brazilian from China. Oh my goodness. That is quite the storied background there. So when you say from China, were you born in China? Did you have like a parent with Brazilian descent move to China and have you out there? I mean, obviously you can share as much as you want. I'm mostly just curious because that's fascinating. I was born in both. Hold the phone. Now I'm getting confused. Get over. Damn it. Okay, yeah. So there's definitely how much of this is physics and how much is just. And then up and over. There we go. Okay, so obviously it changes like your midair fall velocity as well, or direction. Oh. Oh, right. Wait. Oh, there's definitely something here. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to wait. You look kind of like my cousin. Oh, shit. Well, thank you for clarifying in a good way. Otherwise, I wouldn't know how to take that. What are you doing going live? I'm doing, eventually, development work, Gorley. Oh, wow, there's a lot of stuff here. Okay. I'm trying to replicate this character controller, but first I start the stream off by procrastinating that. You're a developer? Yes, I do lots of game development stuff. So I don't think I even have the project open right now. But what I'm theoretically doing during this stream, after I start with a chapter of Celeste, is I'm gonna try and replicate it in Unity. Hey, me too. Maybe I'm your cousin, Mr. Pupple. Who knows? So what I'm doing is I'm basically studying how Celeste's character controller works, and I'm trying to replicate it myself in Unity down to like the Oh wait, no. Okay, hang on. Hey, maybe this is okay actually. It seems to work exactly the same as in Celeste. If I just like tap it, it just moves a little bit. So maybe I'm right in the fact that there probably isn't any sort of like acceleration going on here. Maybe it just feels odd because I don't have any of like the sprite animations and stuff like that. Okay. So right now all I have is like the falling and the left and right movement, and I don't have a jump yet, which is why I'm kind of studying this a little bit. Because the jump in Celeste just feels real nice. Nah, he doesn't wear glasses. I don't wear glasses either. This is mostly just to block some like blue light stuff, so it just makes it a little bit easier to like look at a screen for a long time. All right, let's grab this boy. Oh. Okay, I think I see what's going on. What? What? Grab. Oh, I missed it. Nope. Down here. Wait. And no, grab. Oh. can't go there. Okay. Let's see. I'm assuming to design and voice some characters for his game. He isn't like a famous developer, but he's well known enough that he has at least lowest 5K people looking at my creations. That's cool. Hey, that's cool though. You a designer or a game developer programmer? I'm a little bit of both. I do a lot of independent hobbyist work on the side. I do mostly programming for work. But then when it comes to actually developing games, I wear all kinds of hats. Let's see. A lot of times I'll do game jams with some buddies of mine who usually join me for stream. There's plenty of games that I've made in the past, over the past 10-ish years, where we basically just do a lot of the... we do all of the design on our own. I have 2 artists that I work with who will handle the art assets, and then I handle all the engineering development stuff. Where is my profile? Yeah. If you're interested in seeing any of the stuff that I've made, it's basically all available for free to try out either in a web browser or download. Yes, I make games scorely, just not as often on stream, which I'm trying to fix a little bit. One of our more popular ones recently has been this game Sandwich, which has been a it's kind of like a physics balancing game, where you're trying to put as many ants as you can on a sandwich before it topples over. Oh, did I mute this? Unmute site. I do voice acting too. Not really. We needed a voice for the cutscene, and I was available with a microphone. So. Yeah. We can skip this. Wait, no, not sculpts. So basically, you have this little sandwich thing here, and you can draw a bunch of ants on it. The more ants you draw on it, the more unbalanced it gets, but also the more points you get. And then as this food drops down, you got to grab it, which will impact your balance. Whoop. And that's basically the whole game. You just see how many pieces of food you can collect while putting as many ants on the sandwich as possible. So I do little projects like this. I'll do more long-term projects during my day-to-day job. But when it comes to like more creative outlet stuff, oh yeah, the popsicle. Let's see if we can find one. It hasn't screwed me over yet. Oh, I'm dead. Then we have a little leaderboard that I developed and stuff like that. Also, any sort of cabbages that you're seeing on this little Twitch bot here, this is all stuff I've developed as well. So if we go to like my itch page, there's actually, if anyone is interested, a little customizer that I made. So if you go to this little website and log in with your Twitch details, whatever cabbage shows up on stream, you'll be able to customize with a bunch of different assets that we have from previous games that we've made. It's super bare bones right now, because I haven't had a lot of time to work on like UI UX, but like you can change the eyeballs, change like their vertical position, their spacing. We have a bunch of like little accessories that you can add on to them. Some of these are custom cabbages that people have redeemed in chat, so it's exclusive to them, but I have access to all of them because I'm the developer. But yeah, I do a lot of stuff with game development whenever I can. Sometimes it can get a little bit exhausting doing game development as a job and then coming back and doing more. But I'm just trying to get better. Oh, you've seen Sandwich played by some streamers? Yeah, we submitted it to a couple of streamers because they like to playtest those little Loot 'em Dare games. Normally we're in the audience when we're submitting them, but there might be some people who played it that we didn't see. But it's always fun. Currently, I've made 4 characters. Their names are Roberto, Betrayal, Blue Dude, and Cool Kid. Excellent. I love the variety of names in that. Cool Kid sounds like someone you wouldn't want to mess with. Down, down, down. Up, up, up. Whoop. How do I get you? Oh, I must get it from up there. Okay. What up, Rook? You are single-handedly keeping the popsicle count alive. Oi. Okay. Shit. I meant to jump. Rook, you ever planning on going back to get some of them strawbs? Or at least some of the B-sides? Or have you moved on from Celeste? Okay, we're going down now. Where are we going? Shit. Let's grab that. Oi. Oh, interesting. Oh, so I'm back down here. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, hang on. I see something here. Wait, what? Oh, I've already been there, haven't I? Okay, so it looks... Okay. Let's go up here. Like... Gotcha. What do we got here? Just one little strawberry? Okay. That's easy enough. Oi. Oh, this is actually kind of straightforward enough. Okay. Alright, so it looks like... Did I really go here? I guess I did. I just had bad memory. Okay, so that's probably the point of no return. So we want to get up here so I can get all them strawbs. Oh. Okay. Still seems good. Oh. 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 Oh, this is how we get this one. Okay. Perfect. Meow. Alright, so we've been basically everywhere, I think. Any breakable blocks anywhere? Not that I see. We've already been this way. Alright. I think it's time we go up there. Okay. I see you down here. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, it keeps going. There we go. I forgot about this thing. Alright. This is for some, this is exclusively stuff for some of the retro gamers out there. Oh, it looks like they give you a hint, too. But does anyone recognize this block and know what you're supposed to do with it? This is something that, like, as soon as I saw it, I knew immediately what I was supposed to do with it. But it was because of a history that I had with another game growing up as a kid. So we have a little heart up here that, oh no, we can't get to it. However, for this specific block, if you duck for a couple of seconds, you fall behind it. And now suddenly you're in the background. And you're able to get on all these platforms, which gives you enough height to grab the heart. And that is explicitly a reference. That is explicitly a reference to Super Mario 3 for the NES. Hang on, let me pull that up. I technically played it on the Super Nintendo in the All-Stars edition. White block. Whenever there is a white block in this game that I think only really happens in some of like the early stages. Oh wait, this is Mario Maker. I don't care about Mario Maker. Oh, that's the same one that I clicked in it. But yeah, whenever there was a white block in this game, if you ducked down on it, you would fall behind it, and you'd be able to access some secrets. you'd be able to access some secrets. Generally, I think I used it to get like a warp flute that lets you like skip worlds and things like that. And you can tell it looks exactly like that. So now you're kind of in the background. You don't have to worry about, oh, I guess you can still get hit by those things. And then if you do, you get back in the foreground. Okay, but you can like run behind everything. And there are like some certain secret places that you can get to when you do that. So it was kind of neat when I first saw that white block in Celeste. I'm like, I think I know exactly what I need to do with this. But then it looks like they added some hints. You can see these little mini Celestes here. Giving you a hint is what you're supposed to do. Also, thank you for the follow, Wesley. Oh yeah, we can still break that. Sweet. Oh, okay. All right, I see you, game. Ups a daisy. Ups a daisy. I should have climbed up there. Wait. Oh, oy vey. Okay. Getting a little tricky. Fucked it up. Fucked it up. Oi. Oh. Nice. Alright, I think that was everything. That was quite the detour, actually. Just from seeing this little hidden spot under the water. That's something else that I'm going to have to look into, too. It looks like I can move omnidirectionally underwater. Once I get to a certain point, it kind of just bobs me right to the top. But once I'm completely submerged, I can move in any direction, and I'll stay specifically at that spot. Interesting. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Down. Excellent. Easy peasy. Alright. There's a little button here. Let's go down. Oh, shit. I should have just landed on it. Okay. I know what I need to do now, game. I see your number. Down. Up. Alright. Okay. Ha ha ha! I fucking knew it. Oh, this one will be tricky. We're not able to dash to get it, otherwise it goes away. Okay. Maybe if I go up here, and then up here, and then... I think I can get that. Okay, okay. Oi. We got it. Get up, get up, get up. Oh. I think we can get that. Hang on. And oh. And up. There we go. Like, yeah, I'm really interested to see how they do the wind stuff. How they accomplish that technically. Oh, shit. Hoi. And up. Nice. Hoi. Hoi. Okay. Grab this here. Up. And over. Okay. Oh! Damn. Hoi. Hoi. Oh! Alright. Well, hang on now. Now I have to check everywhere. I don't think I can actually make it up here with the wind being what it is. Yeah. Alright. Fair enough. Dead. Hoi! Hoi! Stay there. Okay. And good. This is interesting. Oi. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, shoot. I need to preserve my dash. Ah! Wrong way. Oi. And over. And up. Huh. Okay, so I think I can make it onto this thing. No? How do I get onto that thing without dashing? Can I? Oh. Oh, I need to get the dash from the ball first. Gotcha. Okay. So I refill my dash from the ball and then I grab it again. Because otherwise I can't get back if I grab that strawberry. Oi. All right. And then you. I need to probably go at an angle. Oi. In. Up. Whoa. I forgot to grab. And over. And up. Oi. Got to account for the wind. Oi. Bait. Up. Alright. There we go. Now, hopefully... Oh, shit. Whew! Alright. Okay, surely there's some sort of secret around here, right? Not seeing any walls. Oh, shit. What's up here? Okay, so that's where we're supposed to go. That means we go this way. Hmm? Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, Jesus, that's really strong. Damn. Okay. Hoi! Yeah, so certainly they're setting some sort of, like, just wind value that'll modify Celeste or Madeline's velocity. Okay, okay. And then... Nice. Alright, just get up here. Oh, okay. Okay, you tricky little game. Too soon, too soon. Oh, okay. I just have to be a little bit higher. Ah! That's tricky. Am I doing that right? Oh! I couldn't even tell if I did that right. But we got it. Okay. 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 Oh, shit. I already messed it up. So what we gotta do is we gotta stay ahead of this thing. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Come on. Go. Nice. Okay. Ah, that second one's gonna be tough. I don't know if we can get... Wait, hang on, hang on, hang on. Can I get all the way up there, I wonder? Hang on. Oh, oh. Probably not. Alright. Wait. Whoa! I did not mean to do that. Shit. Alright, let's go. Wait. Alright. I see you there. I see you there. Shit. That's death. Alright. You go down. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's tricky. Okay. Think I see you here. Yes, I do. Okay. Oh. You know what? We'll just wing it. Oh! I think I see. I need to go here. Aha! Shit. Wait. And hiya. Hiya. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, fuck. I feel like I needed to be on the other side of that. Improvise. Adapt. Overcome. Excel. Ah, I see. I could probably do it like this. Hey. Oh, God. Oh, hang on. I shouldn't have dashed there. I needed that last dash for the strawberry. Wait. Up. Then move this a little bit over here. Go you. Wait. All right, now don't dash here. Oh, okay. I think we got it. What? Boop. Wait. And over. Grab. Wait. All right. Alright. Strong winds abound. Oh, wow. Really strong winds. Okay. Yeah. Oh, how do I do that? Ah, like that. Okay. Goddamn, them some strong winds. Oh, no! Holy. Okay, I think I can just do this and then fall here. Oh, okay, I gotta be quick. Shit, I didn't even touch it. Forgot to jump. Wait. And then down. Oh. I forgot about you guys. Okay, so those work the same as Mr. Oshiro then. Oh boy. Okay. Oh crap. Ay-ya! Alright, I think I just need to loop back. I don't need to get too tricky with it. And up. Ah! No! And up. Oh, okay. Alright, so I just go up and over. Oh no, did I already fuck myself over? I did a little bit. But I think we got the strawberry, so I think we're good. So now I just need to make it to the end. Don't you dare hit me. All right. We good. Hoi. 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 Oh, okay. We gotta stay horizontal the whole time. Threw him off my groove there, buddy. All right, we're back to super strong winds. Shit. Oi. Can we get up there? Oh, thank God. Oh, I see something over there. Ah! And up. And over. No! Fuck! We gotta stay diagonal that whole time. Hoi. Oh. God damn this wind. Hoi. No. Okay, easy enough. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh. Ah! I almost one-shot it. Goddamn. Oi. Over. No, 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 no. Okay. Oi. Over. Side. Up. Up. And up. Woo! All right. Nice. That's it. Madeline, wait up. There's our boy. Nailed it. Ooh. How'd they do that? Man, I really need to look into a lot of like text effects and things like that, because that looks really cool to me. But I have absolutely no idea if that's like a difficult thing to do or not. If I understood, is he creating game mechanics sometimes? Yes. So we're about to finish the end of this chapter. I'll generally start stream with like a chapter of Celeste. And then what I do afterwards is I spend some time trying to replicate it in Unity. Right now, all I have is left and right motion and like the falling. So when I'm colliding with the wall as I'm falling or I'm moving, I'm able to, it feels basically the same. I'll take like a stopwatch to see how fast Madeline is meant to move, how fast she's supposed to fall, and stuff like that. What I'm going to hopefully try to start doing after we wrap up this chapter here is I'm going to try and see if I can implement a jump. Because that's the trickiest thing I think that's going to be to do in this game, because the jump in this game feels so good, in my opinion. Theo, are you all right? Oof, yeah. Just give me a sec. A gondola. I've always wanted to ride one of these. Looks pretty old, but maybe it still works. Create magic. Something is fire with how you try and reach imagination movement in the game. Wait. I'm assuming that's imagination movement in the game. Honestly, it looks like really gonna be doing it. Yeah. We'll try. I've made a bunch of different kinds of games. I don't think I've ever made like a magic system, but I don't see any other way across this chasm. Let's do it. This lever looks important. Easy every time. I was probably a gondola operator in a past life. Do you think this thing is safe? I'm sure it's fine. Hey, thank you for the follow. How'd it shake out with Oshiro? You were right. I shouldn't have tried to help him. It said told you so, but yeah, I should have listened to you. You didn't get hurt, and that's what matters. The air's so thin up here, I can barely breathe. Okay, if we don't get a selfie on this thing, we're gonna regret it. Can't even see the ground through the mist. How high up are we? Less panicking, more posing. Nah, that's my nightmare right there. What was that? Huh. Looks like we stalled out. No, that's my nightmare right there. This is really bad. Maybe if I, Dude, I'm shitting myself if I'm in this situation. Well, that's not good. No, this really isn't good. Madeline, you cool? Yeah, No, I'm not cool. I can't breathe. You're having a panic attack. Why would you think it's a good idea to ride this stupid thing? Come on, don't take this out. I like how they're mixing the audio here where like the character voices sound like muffled. Stay with me here. Grandpa taught me a trick for this. Close your eyes. Picture a feather floating in front of you. See it? Okay. Your breathing keeps the feather floating. Just breathe slow and steady, in and out. Oh. What? Down. There we go. See? Easy every time. No, I'm off that thing immediately. Jesus Christ. Feeling any better? I think so. Thanks for helping me calm down. How'd you know we'd start moving again? Oh, I totally thought we were done for. Oh my god. Look at this selfie, though. Zoop. If you would add that kind of controller to the HUD of the game players would feel like they got some gear. Oh, I didn't realize I could move it like this. Oh, that's kind of neat. Yeah, I wonder if you could add a HUD like this thing to a game. You'd probably have to get some sort of like actual permissions from a company like Microsoft to put like an actual Xbox branded controller into the game. But you could probably do like some generic HUD or something like that. Although, I'm pretty sure... Hang on. Ah! Oh, we totally missed the B-side, too. I'm gonna have to go back and get that. I'm pretty sure in... for, like, UI elements and things like that, they use branded controller things, right? Controller config? Oh, maybe they're not branded, per se, but I think you can. Yeah, I don't know what the rules are in terms of, like, Yeah, we got like left trigger, right trigger. I don't know what the rules are in terms of like copyright for like controller layouts or things like that. All right. So we got that going. I might need to pull it up again at some point to fiddle around with some things. But for right now, I need to... Oh, let's just put this on. Nice. Let me test the audio here. All right, that sounds fine. Boom. 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 You do game mechanic or game development yourself, Auntie? Auntie Micantola. I'm sorry, that's a very difficult name to pronounce. Okay, so we have movement mechanics here that basically feel, I'm pretty sure, pretty close to what the actual movement kind of feels like. It might be a little bit off. Again, there might be like a tiny little bit of acceleration to her movement, but she gets up to max speed real fast. Okay, so now what we have here, if I go to my player creator, actually what I can do is I can put that on the Wacom tablet. And now I can close this stuff out. Bring up Unity. All right. So yeah, I've trained myself in what makes games fun, and I like making games logic with Unreal Engine. And fun thing is to make complex math easy. Oh yeah. Yeah. Finding some like way, a complex way to do something and make it like simple or simplified, or like maybe the best way to put it is called like faking it, you know? Make something that seems super complex, but replicating it in a way that's actually really simple. That's always a fun thing to try and figure out in game development. So for instance, that whole past level in Celeste had a bunch of like wind that's like blowing you around and stuff. And I think it's easy to sort of look at that and think, oh wow, the game is like working with like real-time physics and they're simulating what it's like to blow wind. Whereas I think what's actually happening is that when the wind is active, it just changes like the max speed that Madeline can move, either left or right. And it's not actually like applying a force to the player. It's kind of just like, well, I guess that would be the same thing as like adding a vector, but I still don't think there's actual physics happening in the game, to my knowledge. But yeah, figuring out what makes games fun, getting that like game feel and that juice, that stuff is my shit as well. It's like a little puzzle. It's fun to sort of figure out. Okay, so we already have a function that basically tests to see if the player is standing on the ground. We just do an overlap box, and then we test to see if we ever collide with anything, if that collider is directly underneath our feet, then it's technically grounded, which means that we should be able to jump. So first thing that we're going to have to do... Just move this over here. If something... Exactly. If it feels good to play, it doesn't matter what it looks like underneath the hood. I think a lot of engineers get kind of caught up on that. Myself as well. Sometimes I get so obsessed with trying to do something correctly that I lose the forest for the trees and end up spending a lot of time getting something to work on the back end that players won't even notice the difference of whether or not it's faked. It's something that I have to catch myself doing a lot. Okay, so first of all, get rid of this asset store thing. Where is this one? Here we go. So we already have, wait a minute. No, this isn't the one we want. Close tab. Where's our input settings here? Player controls. There it is. This is the one we want. So we already have move left and move right. Now we are going to add a new action. Jump. It'll be a button, and we need to add a binding to that. That will be on the gamepad button south. And it will also be the space button. Keyboard. Space. So both of these will be jump, essentially. Is there anything else that I need? Yeah, we don't need like a dead zone or anything like that because we're just pressing a button. Cool. Alrighty. So we have that, and now what we're gonna do is we go into... There's a couple of different places that the player will be able to jump. Either in... we can hide this, actually. Either in the idle state, i.e. the player's not doing anything, they're just standing there. If they hit the jump button there, we should go to the jump state, and then same with the move state. However, if we are already in midair and we're falling, we won't register a jump input there. So, we have to go, let's see here, this way. When we enter the state, this .character, .layer controls, jump, performed. To jump. And then we just need these context things here, even though we're not really going to use them. And then this will be the same thing for the run states. Okay. And really, I think all this is going to do is just change it to the jump state. And then the actual logic for how that jump is going to work is going to be in a new file. Right, we have this exit here. And we'll do that. Okay, so then from here, character, change states. Well, actually, we can't do this yet until we make a jump state file. Out of curiosity, Antsy, do you have any games that you have published anywhere that you've made? Where can I find the stuff you've worked on? Moderate your script. Jump states. Okay. So this is where we're going to be doing all of our jumping logic. It's going to handle the initial jump off point as well as, depending on how long we hold the button, how long we continue to go up. This is where things are going to get tricky. So let's see here. Public, override, enter. Where's that player state here? Let me check that out. Okay, all of these are basically public. I don't think we need anything for fixed update state. Okay, so similar to falling state, I think we're going to need like a starting direction that they're moving. Right? All right, well, first of all, let's just get like a basic like standstill jump working. So just going from idle to jump. I just want it to move up. I'll release hard working game after igniting music songs are ready. The game lets players create and connect parts and do team. Oh. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Auntie. Well, I'd love to stay up to date on that kind of stuff. I've always loved those sort of like customizing, creating parts sort of thing. I always think that's always so neat with a lot of like racing games. Or there was one game called, what was it called? It was like one word. It started with a B. Barricade, something like that, where you can basically create a little war machine with different wheels and jets and like hammers and things, and you battle them against other people and stuff. It's neat. Rook's back with his periodic popsicles. Okay, so I think I need to pull up the game again just to see. Just to see what the sort of velocity is. And here's where things are going to get a little bit interesting. So let's pull it up. Because I need to know approximately the speed that it jumps off at. Pull up. Where's OBS? There you are. Got to get our gamepad here again because we are going to do a recording. Actually, wait. Let's go to where we have that screenshot here. Old sites. Right here. Down here. Right over here. So we can get a sense of not only how high we can jump, but how fast we get there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the record button. All right. We're currently recording stuff. So I have a timer up there. I got my when exactly I'm going to hit the jump button here. I'm just going to do a couple quick jumps. Hey. Hey. And then a quick jump, just a little tap. Just a couple of variable jumps here. And then a couple more long ones. All right, so we relatively know how high it's going to be. Let's stop recording. And now we're going to pull this up in VLC. Hang on, let's quit out of this. Okay. So now, let's just check out that recording. All right. And let's mute that because we don't need to see that. So, I need to remember how to go frame by frame on this. Yes, that's the whole goal here, is to kind of just like level up my skills by forcing myself to make things that I'm not used to making. I make a lot of different kinds of games, but I generally try to avoid anything physics-based or character controller-based because it can be really difficult to make those in a way that I think feels good. All right, VLC advance by 1 frame. What's the hotkey for that again? Hit E to go forward 1 frame at a time. Going backwards frame by frame is not possible. Is that right? I see. Okay. In that case, then, let's pull this up in DaVinci. Because I can go frame by frame in DaVinci. So we'll at least get a sense of what the initial velocity is going to be. Yes, recordings, you. Yes, change it to 60 frames. Okay. Now where... All right, let's mute that. Where do we start jumping? All right, right there. Get rid of you. All right. Zoom in on this. And we'll go 1 frame at a time. When did we hit the jump button? Right there. Okay. Boink. We'll get rid of you. All right. So this exact frame, we hit the jump button and we go up. It looks like half a square, honestly. So that's the moment we hit the jump button. No, we go up like a full square. So basically half of her height immediately. Okay. Oh, interesting. So when you first hit it, there's like a really big jump in her velocity. It's almost like they just immediately set it to a specific height. And then from there, we can kind of see that she actually moves at like a specific velocity. But that initial jump doesn't follow that velocity. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we hit jump immediately at 34 seconds and 255. And then I think we get to the top of the jump here. She stops moving up here. Oh, and it hangs for a couple frames. What up, boats? Okay, so hang on. Let me make note of these. End jump at 34,595. And then we start the jump at here. 34,289. 34,289. Okay, so it reaches the top of the jump in like half a second, it seems like. Wait, did I do that right? 34,595. Oh, wait. Hang on. No, it should be 578. Because we do hang for a couple frames, though. Which is interesting. So if I were to do 34,578 minus 34,289, we get a full jump in about 0.289 seconds. Okay. That's a really quick jump. Really? Is that how fast it happens? Okay, that's how fast it does to get to like the full height, which makes sense. Okay. So, and again, this is I think the most interesting part here is when I hit jump, I immediately go up a block's worth, essentially, it looks like. So in that case then, let's go here. Let's turn you invisible so that we can actually measure some shit here. Where's my player? There you are. Meow. You know what? Let me also modify this so that it's a bit more on par with like the size of this Madeline here. Because it's a little small. Yeah, it's a little small. Bring you up just a tad. 0.83. Does that seem good? It seems all right. We don't need it to be an exact science, but it would be nice if it was like slightly close enough. What up, Magma God? Welcome back. Yeah, if you look around, Auntie, there's actually quite a few creators that do stuff like this. I don't think I've seen somebody like trying to like frame for frame replicate a game that already exists, but you'll see if you just browse the software and game development category, you'll see plenty of people doing some cool stuff. There's actually, let me see here. Is he still live right now? Oh yeah, we got someone like Outfrost doing some software and game development stuff as well. But there was another person that was live earlier. I'm doing good, Magma God. Having a nice chill development stream today. Instafluff was also a great one. He does some development things. He's got a nice cozy vibe to it. But yeah, if you just browse the software game development category, not that I'm saying you should now. I'm enjoying your company, but you'll find plenty of creators who do stuff like this, which is kind of fun. Okay. This sprite, let's make sure. Oh no, that has to be like that. Collider. Right. Let's change the sprite back to this. Is that collider still good? I think it is. I don't think we need to change the size of that too much. Well, we'll feel it when we see it. Ooh, Enter the Gungeon. I've been meaning to play that. I might be avoiding it right now just because my entire last year was dominated by like those sort of infinite roguelike sort of things. Balatro still has its death grips in me. I put too many hours into Slay the Spire. I swear there was another one. Beat Rhythm was kind of, it's not like a roguelike, but it's still one of those games that doesn't necessarily have an end. You can just keep playing over and over and over. I'm trying to play more games that have like a definitive ending with a narrative this year, because I think I tend to play those endless games so much to the point where like I stop playing them once I stop enjoying them, and I actually come to like not like them as much by the end because I've just hyper fixated on it for so long. But Enter the Gungeon has been on my list for a very long time. Have you just started playing it, or is that one of your go-tos? Song of Horror. That was another roguelike game that I played a bunch. What up, Grizz? How you doing? Okay, let's move this player where we want them to be. Okay, so we know that when we hit the jump button... Oh, that's an interesting one. Doing good with me? I'm doing pretty good. I've gotten past a particularly nasty hurdle with this game development stuff off stream. I maybe spent a solid 12 hours off stream trying to get this character movement to work to where it like will detect that it's on the ground properly and also like bump into these walls properly in a way that feels like the same as Celeste. Because what I was trying to do for the longest time was roll my own collision detection, which Unity doesn't like it when you do that. I've discovered that this is weird. I don't know if I can explain this properly, but this is the player's position, right? Like you can change this position, and this is the player's collider position. These can be different. So I can change this to be like way over here. Like here's the player collider. Here's the player. So I can change this position and this will always stay in tandem with it. But I can also change the collider's position independently from that. When you try to run your own collision detection, this updates for like 1 frame, and then the collider's position updates slightly afterwards. You can't... What am I trying to say here? What was happening was that my player's position would update for a frame, and then the frame after the player's collider would update. So like let's say this is at... what was this at? This is at -2 right now. And then let's say they're falling, so it goes down to like -3, right? Or let's do like -2, and then it goes down to like -2.5. So it moves down to that. Well, the collider was still up here when I was trying to do collision detection. And it wasn't until the frame after that the player's character has fallen that it would actually update like this. That's not necessarily 100% accurate, but what I was doing was I was essentially running all of my character movement and collision detection before the physics engine ran its loop. And the physics engine is responsible for updating the position of the collider relative to everything else. So because I was trying to do everything before the physics engine ran, I was getting some really weird issues where as I'm falling, the game thinks that my colliders kind of look like this. So my player would just like fall into the ground, and then it would detect a collision here, and then it would bounce right back up once the physics sort of caught up. It was such an infuriating thing to try and debug. I had to go like frame by frame. No, not even frame by frame. Within a frame. Like milliseconds within a frame to see what the hell was changing and when this stuff updated. So the moral of the story was don't try and run your own collision detection inside Unity unless you want to replicate the entirety of like the physics loop. It's insane. Off stream is the best moment to do anything productive, really. Yeah, I like to try and, what I want to do is I want to try and capture my process just to sort of, I'd like to document myself growing and leveling up, if that makes sense. It's a bit narcissistic, but like I want to capture these moments of me being super frustrated and struggling to implement a really simple thing, and then eventually turning something as basic as this, where like I can move left and right and I can fall down, but I can't jump or anything like that. Eventually, this becoming something that feels like the character control in Celeste. I think that'd be a cool little like time lapse to sort of have. Can't update them simultaneously because you're trying to include. Yeah, basically. Educate if this is an option in 3D, but there's something called like sync transform. I think in the project settings, we can also set in code. Still want to be doing RV position instead of transformed up position. Well, that's the thing, is I was desperately trying to avoid using rigid bodies because I was so sure that, and I'm pretty sure still that Celeste does not use physics in its character controller. So I'm like, I'm going to try and avoid using Unity physics as much as I can, which means no rigid body controllers and just like setting, just like translating and stuff like that. What I didn't anticipate is that Unity's physics system also involves like updating and keeping track of like the collision boxes and things like that. So that took me forever to just figure out that was happening. And it was quite the annoyance. Like I said, like 12 hours. I worked at that Discord thing. Wish a lot of good-hearted people would use their own computers to hold web pages that can do communications and product sellings. It's not narcissistic. It's a body of growth. How could growth be narcissistic if we get the privilege of seeing you tumble back it up? Well, it's one of those things of just like, if I wanted to just strictly capture this stuff and see that growth for myself, I would just record this and not go live, right? So there is a little bit of element of like, I like to do this in front of an audience and chat with you guys and things like that, which I don't think is a bad thing, but there is some ego at play there, I would say. I'd be lying if I said there wasn't, you know? Might still be better using a rigid body as kinematic if you're still using colliders. Is this currently kinematic? No, I'm not setting it as kinematic. I just implemented this stuff this morning, so I haven't tinkered around with it too much. I think I experimented. I mean, currently it's not using gravity. So right now I'm just setting velocity, which seems fine for now. I might experiment around with setting it to kinematic and using rigid body.move position instead of setting velocity, but I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna tinker around with them to see what I think is maybe more effective. Because we also discovered in the last chapter that we played in Celeste that there's like wind mechanics sometimes that can blow you in either of like the 4 directions. And I'm not sure what would be better to implement that, if it would be to be like manipulating the velocity or doing move position. Another neat thing about doing velocity is that now I basically have, let's see. So I have all these states, right? Particularly falling state and run state. These are the ones that I have that move me somewhere. What I can do is I basically, every frame, I'm calling this function update player velocity, which just sets whatever that the character's linear velocity is. To my knowledge, there's no acceleration in the game, or if there is any acceleration, it's very minimal. They get up to max speed pretty fast. But what I can do is I can call this in update and make sure I'm constantly setting that velocity to what its most accurate velocity is, depending on whether I'm falling and moving, or just running on the ground. And then the physics engine itself will take care of actually setting that, or actually applying that velocity in like the fixed update loop. So now I can do a lot of this stuff in update to make sure that it's always going to be as accurate as possible without having to worry about anything being frame dependent, because the velocity is still going to be applied in the standard physics loop. So if I were to use move position, I would have to calculate how much it's going to move that frame and then move them that much, call like rigidbody.move position in fixed update and make sure that all of that stuff is working properly and we're, you know, not being frame dependent and things like that. Right now, this seems like a much more simple way to do it. That's not frame dependent, but I'll see if that simplicity comes with any sort of drawbacks or limitations. Oh wait. Oh hey Rook, I see that you have the 50 gift subs badge now. Do you have it's only the 50 gift subs badge though. Is there 100 gift subs badge that you have? Because I'm pretty sure you're at 100 subs now, aren't you? Either way, that's a very sexy badge to have on this channel. Alright. Oh, you're at 99. Yeah, I forgot. I knew you were like on the cusp. Obviously, no pressure. I was just curious. Just curious. I'm not expecting anything, so don't feel obligated to do anything. Okay. So this is interesting. So let me go back to this thing. I got a little sidetracked here. Let's see what. Okay, so this position is negative 2.91. Okay. Let me make a note of this. Actually, I can just do this on stream. Ah. Negative 2.91. Okay. And then we want its initial jump to be this high, which is like negative 2.47. Negative 2.47. Okay. So that is, let's pull out a calculator. Zip. So 2.91 minus 2.47. So it moves approximately 0.44. Fuck it, let's make it even, minus 0.45. Okay. So we immediately change the player's vertical position by, 0.45 meters. Okay. And that is how big? Right, this is technically considered 1 unit here. Okay. Okay, that basically lines up with what I saw in DaVinci here, where it looks like, I mean, generally, Madeline is 2 squares tall. And it looked like she jumped up like half her height immediately. Oh boy. When she jumps. Okay. Cool. It's all lining up. Who knows when that one is coming? Whoa. All right, you know what? I'm going to go to the bathroom and refill my tea. And we're going to start implementing this jump. Enjoy the Plinko. Oh no, Auntie. Hope you get that resolved soon. But hopefully I'll see you around. Alright, we're back. And that seems like a good spot to stop it. Haha. No, 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 Rook. Alright, let's actually keep studying this a little bit. Can I want to zoom in on this. So let's zoom. That's fun. All right. Boink. Let's add a little thing here. How did I do this again? Was it? Oh, it was just this. God, I was losing my mind for a sec. Like, how do I Da Vinci again? Okay. Meow. A little too much. There we go. We'll just move this out of the way. So this is a fully captured jump. Kind of. Actually, you know what? Let's all right. So I sit down for a bit. There we go. Okay, let's cut it there. And this is the moment. All right. Now let's just zoom in here. Dun, 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 dun. Sweet. We have a fully captured jump here. Let's see. It's hard to tell with like the distorting of the sprite as well. Maybe I'll just kind of like look at the legs here. Okay. Does it? That's interesting. It hangs in the air for a couple of frames. before it starts descending, it looks like. Because, like, it looks like it's going up. Wait a minute. Hang on. So it starts hanging, like, right here. But it's still going up, like, a little bit more. And then it starts going down. And it looks like it goes down. Wait, hang on, let's play this real quick. Zoom. Yeah, there definitely looks like there's some acceleration there, right? Well, hang on. I think it looks like there's some acceleration because of the hair. It definitely looks like there's obviously some deceleration when you're going up. But going back down looks like it just does the normal fall speed. Which makes sense. You wouldn't want, like, the character's fall speed to change depending on whether or not you're holding A. But the jump speed, getting up to that first height, is going to be the important part. Will there be a nudity filter in this game? I don't want to see explicit things, but there's not going to be any nudity on this stream. I promise you, John Cheese. Some artifacts and game movements might add fun elements. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. From what I'm doing, so what I'm trying to learn right now, Auntie, is, well, first just getting the character creator functional, and then we'll see what makes it feel good and responsive. Is it the tightness of the controls and the physics, or how much is, like, the animation and, like, these, like, little distortion effects? How much is that adding to the feel of it? Because surely it's adding a lot. Like, you got this little, like, dust cloud that pops up. You got the little dust cloud that pops up when they, like, initially jump and things like that. You have, like, the distorting of the sprite to, like, look like it's squeezing and, like, sort of jumping up like that. What I'm going to do first is I'm just going to try and get it as mathematically identical as possible. And then if that still doesn't feel good, then it has to be something to do with like, the animations, the effects, and things like that. But there's so many moving parts to this jump specifically that it's hard to say for sure one thing or the other. So I'm just going to have to implement it piece by piece by piece. Yeah, you're all good here, John Cheese. This is, it's not always the case, but today's stream is very G-rated. Or I guess PG, depending on my language. Okay. Alright, let's just do it without acceleration first and see what that feels like. Because the first thing that we're going to need to do anyway, we can't get too lost in the sauce here. The first thing that we need to do anyway is just initialize that jump. So, let's see. Let me see how we do the run state real quick, how we initialize that. Because right now we're just doing a standstill jump, and then we'll add horizontal movement later. But I just want to get that height working first. Actually. Okay. So how we do this is we basically move left to end progress equals true. Well, that's for idle state. I want run state. This one. So how do we handle this here? Right, it's in move state, update vector. So we have these things for, like, being performed versus canceled, but as far as the update is concerned, update move vector. Gotcha. So this is basically the only thing that we have going on here. Update move vector. The move vector is this, and then we change it here. So it's the direction and the speed of it. Okay, so we're basically just calling update move vector this whole time. So what we're gonna do first in jump states. We got this initial jump state here. So this is going to be the height, the minimum height that a player will go if they tap the jump button. The very first frame they tap the jump button, they're going to go up this high. Okay. So that's interesting because we'll basically have to... Are we gonna actually just like move the player character, or if I were to, so update state will happen on update. Yeah, we shouldn't do it on enter because that will happen on update. So if we were to set the velocity, so we update, we change the state here, and then we set the velocity of it, which would happen at the next fixed update. So then that velocity would trigger, but update will happen multiple times per frame, technically. So we can't just necessarily rely on just setting the velocity here and then going up. Gonna need to think in silence for a sec here. So maybe we do have to set the initial, well, so that'll just happen on the frame it happens, which I think is fine. Let's see here. If I were to just do something really stupid here. No, Solution Explorer, I don't want you. Well, if that's the case, then I need to add or make this public, which... What were the commands in fishing again? They were... left, right, hang, cast, and reel. So left and right to move left and right, cast to cast your line down, hang to have the fishing rod or the current fishing line just sort of stop where it is, so you can kind of, yeah, let's see here. If I were to just do cast, oh, never mind, I got one. So if I were to do cast and then just do like hang, now it's going to stay horizontally like that. I think I have it set to where if you go left or right while you're hanging, it'll start to reel it in. So you can't necessarily just like go down to like wherever the fish you want is and then just go left or right to cast it. And then obviously reel if you don't like how you cast it and you want to try again. Game coders with artistic names jumping on screen. Yeah. Yeah, those little jumpy things are that's a little Twitch bot that I coded, including this little fishing game. So if you cast down your line, you see if you hit any fish, and then you start to reel it in. And then you get points, and we have a leaderboard every week. You got it, Rook. Out of curiosity, what did you need that information for? Is it a secret? Okay,
Discombobulate.
Oh, that shouldn't be on. Why is that on? That scared the shit out of me. Good lord. Let's kill that. Did that even kill it? Let's see. Temporarily unavailable. There we go. I had the wrong rewards up. Okay. Ah, I see. So you're adding hotkeys to the fishing, I see. All right. This is ugh. I don't really want to make the player character's rigid body public, so we are just going to do increment the player's rigid body position instead of updating it with a completely new value. Increment player rigid body position. New vector 3. Oh god, did I accidentally hit insert? I did. 0.0f 0. Oh. This dot initial jump heights. There we go. So now when we call this, it will bounce that out. How about we just do this? So we're not making a new vector 3 every single time here. Can I even do this here? Yeah, we can't call new outside of a... Alright, so we can't really get away from that. It's just for one frame anyway, it'll be fine. Oh, you're making icons and everything. Ooh hoo hoo. I need to get a better sense of what your sort of stream interactions are like, Rooks. Because I've seen people do like chest and stuff like that. And I think I've seen some dungeon things as well. But I actually don't know what they do yet. Okay. So that's the initial jump height, and then... This is going to be interesting. Let's just set it to something random real quick. So we'll have like the jump velocity, and that needs to update. Interesting. When do we exit here? So let's add character, player controls, player map, delete bay. Dot jump cancels. There we go. That's just a small bot you can turn on and it runs on a different site. Ah, I see. Change states, new falling states. And we'll just do 0 for now. Okay. And so we need... There's only a specific amount of time that the player can hold the jump button before it reverts to the falling state. And we have that in our sticky notes here. For a full jump, that's completed in 0.289 seconds, it seems like. That is a very poetic way to put it, Auntie. Okay. So do we want to base that off of time, or do we want to base that off of frames? Because we can base it off of frames if we do it during fixed update. So we have like an update state as well as a public override void fixed update state. So how do we want to measure 0.289? I guess we'll get as... Well, yeah, I mean, if the game measures it in thousandths of a second, we can too. So, let's see. Wait, no, that's start and end jump, actually. Let me double check that. Oh, shit. We gotta revert this. Oh, hang on. 1. There we go. So it's 0.34578. Right here. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay. Also, I guess we can tell what the update or the fixed update loop is like for this thing. If in one frame it's 0.578, and then the next frame, oops, the next 0.595. Oh, they have a slightly faster update loop at 0.17. Interesting. That is interesting. Or 0.017. No, they have a slightly slower update loop by like 0.003 of a second. I don't think that'll make much of a difference for us. Just my own thing. It's simple. Mix it up. Makes a crown pop up on the screen if someone claims it. Only one person can claim it every 30 minutes. I will put their name on the crown, and they can claim it multiple times, and every time they gain a star under their name. Ah, that's what I've been seeing. Okay. Yeah, because I'd seen that crown pop up pretty frequently, but I never understood what it was for. Okay, so safe to say that their update loop is about the same as ours, which is neat. But God, it's hard to tell. Just for bagging rights, but I really like it, so I keep it around. That's the same reason why I keep a lot of these redemptions around as well. Look, there are some that I might be sunsetting because it doesn't seem like people use them as much, but there are some where if I were to get rid of them, they'd just be like, where the fuck is Discombobulate? I would never get rid of Discombobulate. That's by far the most popular redemption for sure. But yeah, there are certain legacy things here that I keep around just because there would be a riot if I took them away. But I do want to kind of clean up like my reward redemptions a little bit. It's getting a little too crowded, but we'll see. Okay. How can I measure this? We have that. And then how can I measure the difference between these two spots here? Should I just take like a screenshot and then compare the two? Because it's only moving up like a couple pixels. Well, that's the thing, is I'm not trying to get rid of any new toys. I'm just trying to maybe clean up some old ones that aren't being used anymore. What up, Diesel? Welcome back. Yeah, it's definitely... That's interesting. I think it's hard to deny that there's some acceleration going on. Well, is there? Maybe there's not. Okay, so if that's the case then let's just go, let's just see this here. So if we go to the top of the jump here, which is like right here, we get to, so her head's around like half of this here. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So like 5.5. In which case then, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5.5. It'd be like right here-ish. Let's say 1.24. All right. Hang on. Just got home. What's happening? We're trying to implement a jump here. Okay. Where did my little Wacom pen go? Oh, right next to my keyboard. So let's see here. Okay. 1.4. What was? Oh, that was. I already got that. So 1.24, and then our starting position was what again? 2.91. 2.91. Okay. So 2.91 minus 1.24, 1.67. So we move up 1.67 units. So 1.67 meters in approximately how long? What was it again? 0.289 seconds. So 0.289 seconds. So in that case then, 1.67 meters divided by 0.289 seconds. That is going to equal to 5.289. 5.778. 5.778 meters per second for the jump. So this is going to be our velocity when we're moving upwards. Interesting. That's actually faster than our... No, that's not faster than our fall speed. Our fall speed is like 8.5. Okay. Let me make a note of that. 5.778 meters per second. And let me just make some notes here. Max jump height is 1.67 meters. Max jump, or time to max jump height is 0.289 seconds. Okay, cool. I know you good, Rook. Okay. So, in that case then, if we have the velocity there, let's see if we can just hard set the velocity and see if that even feels good. So the jump velocity is going to be 5.778. That is not what I meant to do. 5.778. Dun, 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 dun. Well, hang on, actually. That's not quite right. Because the initial jump height, like, I wouldn't consider this part of the velocity. This is a huge initial jump. And then from there, we move to the max spot there. So our starting position is not negative 2.91. All right, let's try this again. Negative 1.24 is going to be our destination spot. Our starting spot is negative 2.91 minus, wait, hang on. Negative 2.91 plus 0.45. So negative 2.46 is when we start doing velocity stuff. This is really hard to see on this part here. But negative 2.46 plus 4, is that right? 2.46 minus 1.24. All right, so this is just going to be 1.22. So we move 1.22 meters. Get out of here, T. So 1.22 meters in 0.2, what was it? Yeah, where is my mouse? In 289 seconds. All right, so that is going to be divided by 0.289, 4.22. Okay, 4.22 meters per second. That's actually a huge difference. So we go back to this, instead of 5.778, it's going to be 4.22 meters per second. Because we were adding this as part of like the velocity equation, which is not good. Okay. So, what we're gonna do here, we do update move vector and update. So we'll just do, in this update state, we'll set this character dot update player velocity. Do I have to, am I making a new vector every single time? I am. Ugh. That seems gross. How about we just do this? We'll make the velocity vector in the enter state so that we don't have to make a new vector every single time in update state. That's a bit gross. Jump velocity vector is going to be equal to new vector 3 0.0f. Again, this is just going to be for horizontal, or just for purely vertical. So maybe we won't be able to avoid this, avoid making a new vector every frame with the other one once we start moving left and right. But for now, whatever. Oh, thank you so much, Auntie. Sometimes I feel like I'm just rambling. But it's nice to know that someone out there understands what I'm saying. Okay. So we are going to add the jump velocity vector. Or not add it, but we're going to set it here. Now, the only thing that this is going to do right now, we're in the idle state. Do we change to the jump state? Yeah, change the jump here. So this character, change states, new jump state. Okay. So all this is going to do right now is we're just going to jump to infinity, essentially. Right? Hey! Oh, hey! I have it so that I go back to the fall state. That's cool. That actually, you know what? That doesn't feel so bad. So now I think all I need to do is add a max cap to I just need to add a max cap for when for how high we can jump, and then we start falling. Interesting. Okay. Sweet. Well, that's something, actually. That's more than I was expecting. This is Unity, Captain Pickle, so we are coding in C#. C# is what we're working with. I do have some experience. I wrote a really tiny game engine for a school project a couple years back in C++. But I prefer to do stuff like this in Unity because I don't want to spend a bunch of time fixing like physics engine bugs or collision resolution bugs when a game engine like this can, and especially, God, rendering stuff too. When a game engine can handle all those tedious things, and I just have to worry about implementing mechanics and making things move and feel nice. That's generally what I prefer. Are you making your own gravity of this game? Kind of. So the reason that I'm specifically trying to replicate Celeste's character controller, which if you haven't played Celeste, I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. But the character controller in Celeste doesn't seem to have traditional physics. So rather than, say, for example, the way that gravity normally works is that you accelerate towards a terminal velocity and then you stay at that terminal velocity. So you're slowly increasing in speed as you fall. Celeste doesn't seem to do that. It seems to have just a constant falling rate the entire time. So you'll see in this little rigid body component here, there's a little setting here called use gravity. That is turned off because I'm basically just setting the velocity. I'm hard setting the velocity downwards when they're falling to, I believe the velocity that we measured in the game was 8.5 meters a second. So that's a flat velocity rate. We're not accelerating down. We're just falling down. So yeah, I am technically making my own gravity, but it's simplified gravity essentially. It's just a flat vector downwards. Okay. So now what we have here is we know approximately how high we want Madeline to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 blocks up. So this is approximately how high she can get. And we know approximately how long it takes her to get there, which is 0.289 seconds or something like that. Let me get rid of this. I closed the wrong sticky note. Let me just grab these things here. Boink. Let's add a new one. Hey, yeah. Can I increase the size of this? I guess not. But we have this little sticky note here. So let's see. Max time to jump high. I don't want to necessarily rely strictly on time because Unity's time function isn't the best. We could do it by number of fixed update frames. Well, we could keep track of time if we do this in the fixed update. Is that where we want to do it though? I guess it's fine. Because we don't need it to be responsive to player inputs as we're holding a button. So you make the games and those sell money for the rest of your life. Well, I haven't really. Basically, all of the games that I have made in my life, I've just released for free on the internet. If you're interested in seeing any of those games, you can find them right there. I think it's also in the description of the channel. But I just keep an itch.io page with all of the games that I've made. I think this contains all of them. These Rover Under ones, they're kind of out of commission right now because they had like a multiplayer server that's not currently online. But everything else, I guess similar to Teammates as well, but everything else basically, I think this captures pretty much everything. If you're interested in playing anything that I would consider to be like the thing that I'm most proud of, it would probably be this one right here, Cypher. It was one of the first games that I had ever made. It was in Game Maker and a little 2D platformer that tells a story that's very personal to me that I'm still very proud of. Orbitoons is also another fun one that I was considering turning into a full experience and taking to market, but I couldn't quite figure out the gameplay loop. It's just a fun little music toy right now. One of our most successful games you'd actually see if you Google or if you type in YouTube Serial Dater, you'll find a bunch of big name YouTubers who actually played it. So this game collectively has millions of views on YouTube, which I'm super happy with. Wayward is also another really great one that my buddies and I made that tells like a more personal story. It's less on the goofy end and more on like a sort of serious sort of exploration side. Cabbage Code was an ARG game that I made, and I think most of the resources for this ARG are still online. There's a live stream component to it that's offline, but you can still kind of solve the puzzles there. And then recently, one of our biggest successes has been this game, Sandwich, which we developed in a weekend for a game jam and scored very highly in the game jam, the highest that we've ever had for a jam game. So that's a bunch of fun stuff that you can check out. New school is driving me nuts already, bugging me about doing orientation that is due in 9 days. Oh man. Bugging as in like emails and stuff, Diesel? That's always fun. So it's literally starts the game creation also with Game Maker. What? Yeah, Game Maker is where I initially cut my teeth doing game development. I did Game Maker for several years. So basically, I don't know, Splattershot was probably the first Unity game that I developed, but basically, let's see here. I don't know why Cypher is after Splattershot here, but Cypher was a Game Maker game, and then basically everything here down was made in Game Maker. So like my first 7 or 8, honestly maybe 10 games. This probably doesn't even capture all of the stuff that I've made. This was all in Game Maker. And then after that, I started to... This is when I I made a Unity project for my college course back when I was studying CS at the University of Michigan. And then basically everything after that has been in Unity, with the exception of this one. This one was made in Unreal as a thesis project for my master's class. I didn't do a lot of development on this one. I was more of like a project manager role on this one. So I don't take a lot of credit for like the mechanics or the look of this one because it was made in Unreal, and I can't say that I am proficient in Unreal despite being involved in this game. Ahaha, yeah, you said the V word. I'll allow it, Rook. Cabbage ARG was your gateway. Yeah, I'm so glad that I saw you play that one, Rook. I think I recorded that VOD, and I recorded a bunch of other VODs of people playing it, and I meant to put together like a highlight reel of people figuring it out, but I hadn't had a chance. But I think I still have that VOD. But yeah, that sounds annoying, Diesel. Best of luck. That's something that I had to get used to as well, just getting inundated with a bunch of emails and things like that. If by checking out that game totally you mean the cabbage code, that one's going to be a little bit tricky because I designed this game to not be solvable by a single person. It's meant to be like a group community effort. So if you want, you can get like your friends or family involved in trying to figure it out. Yeah, this game was designed to be difficult to complete alone. You are encouraged to collaborate with others in order to crack the code. Oh, wow. I weirdly put a lot of thought into this. I also remember making this sort of description look kind of like a funnel, not for any sort of hint reason. It was like, oh, this kind of looks cool. It looks like poetic or something. Designed to be difficult for your own. Encourage to collaborate to crack the code. Getting the item required creative thinking and a keen eye. The clues will be plentiful, but the hints will be sparse. So get creative, find the clues, and crack the code. Good luck. Oh, that's all here. You'll never have to wait for an extended period of time to solve a puzzle. Sometimes waiting is certainly an option, but it will be arduous and very unsatisfying. So get creative, find the clues, crack the code, good luck. And this is it. This is just how it starts. Enter the correct password. I forget what the first step of this is. Honestly. What was the first step of this? Test. No. Wait, what are you supposed to do first here? Was it just like cabbage? Hold on. Wait, how do I start this again? What do I do again? Was it just like the correct password? Password? Wait, how did I start this again? The arrow next to submit. Hold up. Am I? Oh no, I'm stupid. How did I start this again? Hang on, let me restart here. Did I miss a clue already? Getting to the end of a creative thing, key eye, clues plentiful, hints are sparse. Yeah. Crack the code, good luck. Enter text here. Was it just like text here? Shit. Oh, you're right. Oh! Why am I getting excited about something I made like that? Oh my god. Down the rabbit hole. That's fucking cool. I sound so conceited saying that, but I based this off of another sort of experience that I had like this. I think it was called like Zahada. The most challenging riddles online. It does a lot of stuff like this as well. So it gives you the rules, and then what you have to do to type in your answers, you have to modify the URL here. So like if the answer is like youranswer.html, you type in your answer. and now you're on to puzzle 2. And then it gives you another puzzle here, and then you have to type in your answer. Sometimes they'll hide stuff in the white space. Sometimes they'll hide things in like the HTML and stuff like that. So I borrowed heavily from this, so it makes me excited to see stuff like that. So yeah, now you have part of a URL, and you need to find the rest of it somehow. The funnel did mean something. Oh my god. Man, I was creative back then. What happened? I can't believe I got duped by, like, me from 5 years ago. That's insane. Alright, I got distracted. Alright, so we have the jumping. Now we just need to think... If I do it in fixed update, I can check... Well, no. I should probably do it in update because I need to check to see whether or not they're still holding the... whether or not they're still holding the button. And if you're checking inputs, that should be done in update for that to be as responsive as possible. So if it has to be done in update... Then I guess I should do it by time. And not by frames, because I can't really count that. Well, I can count frames if I count them in fixed update. I should still do it based on time, though. So let's see here. Current jump time. Max jump time is going to be 0.289 seconds. Do. And then we'll do this, that, current jump time. Wait a minute. That's not going to be 100% correct because I can't add... When should I start adding it, right? Oh, shit. Let me look at these numbers again. Because we have the height. And we got the velocity. So... the start of the jump was 34.289. Is that right? 1, 1, 0, 0. Yes, it is. So that is like the exact frame. So that also keeps in mind the initial burst there. So I guess we'll do this. We'll do if current jump time is greater than or equal to max jump time, then we call the change state. Change state. New falling state. Back to 3, 0. And then we add time.delta time. I think that's fine. We might be a frame off, which hopefully that's not a big deal. Okay. Let's see. Okay. There's definitely... This feels wrong. I mean, certainly we're getting high enough. Let's see how high we're actually getting with a little breakpoint here. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5-ish. Yeah, that seems about right. Maybe a little bit too low. Again, we're probably like a frame off. So how would we want to do that? I mean, maybe I could subtract delta time from here. That seems really jank. But let's see if we still get to like 5.5. Okay. Add this. Wait. That seems about the same. Okay. Do you want to fly in the air a little moment before it starts falling? I believe we do. Because that's what happens here. If you watch this... Wait, I think we can slow-mo this. So let's change the clip duration. Or no, we'll change the clip speed to be like 25%. Oh, come on now. Wait, I thought I... Ah, shit. I thought I had this to where... Yeah, I clipped it right here. Yeah. What happened to that? Move that out of here. And now we'll change this clip speed to like, you know what, how about 10%? Oh, I see. That's what's happening. All right, fine. We'll change the clip duration to like, I don't know, 10 seconds. I did the wrong thing. Change clip duration. 15 seconds. Bam. So if we were to... Oh, that's not what I want, though. All right. I think I see what's going on. We'll change this to 10%, and then we extend this clip out. So we're jumping up, and then it does hang for a couple of frames. I think it hangs for like 2 frames before we go back down. And you know what I'm going to test, actually? Is it different if I'm holding jump the whole way versus if I let go of it? Let's see. Down we go. Okay, so when I hold jump, no, it seems the same. Hang on, hang on. If I were to hold jump, I land on like this square versus if I were to... Yeah, it seems about the same. Okay. There's definitely some velocity going on here, or like some acceleration. Hang on, is there? Shit. It's so hard for my engineer brain to tell. Like, do I fall faster? I don't think I do. What? What? I'm losing my mind. I don't even know what I'm paying attention to anymore. What? Am I just feeling it wrong? Okay, so how does it feel here? This actually feels really nice. This feels accurate. This actually might be right. That's interesting. Like, it looks like... All right, maybe I just add a couple of, like, of hanging frames on the top of the jump. Because otherwise, this doesn't feel that different. I might be right. There might not be any acceleration. It's just like a little bit of a hang at the top of the jump for a couple of frames, and then I start to descend. That's so weird, because it really does feel like there's acceleration, but when I don't put acceleration in there and I kind of just replicate it with just raw velocity, it feels fine. Sure, standard is fun. The ability to drop if I stop clicking the button. The ability to fly if I hold the key. Yeah. Next thing, you've been double jump and solo game. Yeah. Do you fall faster if you have a heart rate? So the way that normal gravity works is it's an acceleration force. So the longer you're in the air, the faster you start falling until you reach a terminal velocity. Ooh, I don't know if you're in the middle of ads or not. I'll wait until the ads are done. And in the meantime, I will look at this. Are you still here, Auntie, or are you stuck in ads? Because chat says ads are here. I'm assuming you're stuck in ads. All right. We'll wait a bit. For anyone who's curious, the song that has been on loop this entire time is from a PS2 game called Dog's Life. It's called Big Field. All right. I'm assuming you're back from ads now, Auntie. What I mean by like falling faster if I have more height is that like gravity tends to, it's a force that's constantly applied to a player as they're falling, which means it accelerates them up to some sort of terminal velocity. So the longer you're falling, theoretically, the faster you get, essentially. Like if you were to jump out of a plane, you can feel like that stomach drop feeling is you accelerating towards the ground, essentially. So you're falling faster and faster and faster until you reach a point called like terminal velocity where you no longer really feel like you're falling because you're not accelerating any faster. So I've been told. I've never skydived. It sounds horrifying. But what seems to be happening in Celeste is that they're not accelerating at all. Like once they start falling off of a cliff, they immediately are at terminal velocity and they're not falling any faster. So there's no like acceleration towards the ground. It's just a flat, I'm moving at the ground at 8.5 meters per second, or I'm moving towards the ground at 8.5 meters per second. So it seems like there isn't any sort of acceleration stuff going on. Or if there is, it's extremely subtle. And that acceleration is only applied for like a couple of frames. It takes them like a couple of frames to reach terminal velocity. So let's see here. Hanging frames. Let's just do 2 hanging frames here. If hanging frames, and then current hanging frames is greater than or equal to this stuff. Total hanging frames. Then we change the state. Otherwise, current hanging frames is incremented by 1. All right. We increment the current hanging frames and then we change their velocity to 0. So they'll stop going up in the air, but they'll kind of hang there for a couple of frames. Although we can't check this here. We can't check in update because update will run multiple times a frame. So what we'll do is hanging. If is hanging is equal to true, then we're just going to increment here. So this way we can guarantee that we'll be counting frames correctly because fixed update will only run once per frame. Okay. Maybe that works. Let's see. Alright, I'm not sure if I feel a difference there. Let's up the hanging frames to like 10. Something that'll really, like, we'll hang in the air Looney Tunes style before we start falling down. Okay. That's definitely, it's working. But now that's a little bit too much. So I'm pretty sure they're only hanging for like a handful of frames. Is this the same? Yeah, okay. So if we go... Interesting. They move like a little bit more. So we jump, they're moving at a constant velocity, it looks like. And then once they get here, 1, 2, they go up a little bit more, 1, 2, and then they start falling. Interesting. Yeah, they literally stop moving for a couple of frames, and then they go up a little bit more, hang for one more frame, and then start coming down. Hang on, let me check their feet real quick. Yeah. So let's just see if I were to like... Alright, so they get here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say they hang for like 4 or 5 frames instead of 10. Change to 5 frames. That seems okay. I'm not 100% sure if that's the same, but it's close. I think I'll be able to feel it a little bit better once I add like horizontal movement to it. But that doesn't seem bad. Let me real quick just check something with the jump state here. Does this work? Yeah, that's not quite it. Try it right here. Nope, not quite. I guess there's not going to be a really easy way for us to check. Whether or not our initial jump is accurate or not. All right, hang on. First, I gotta have a proper exit here. God knows what that was doing. Okay, so we now have a vertical jump working, which let's just commit that real quick. Character movement changed to RB based. Purely vertical jump. First pass done. Here it goes in front of me. Yes, I'm trying to make it so that's whatever I make, I will be able to just like package up and import into a completely different project and use it. So that's kind of my goal for this little player character as well. Like I'll just have to take all of the scripts here, and then I'll just attach them to whatever game object that I want, and then voila, I have a character controller for a different game. That'll control relatively similarly to Celeste. All right, so we have the pure vertical jumping going. Now what we should probably do is get it so that we can like move and jump at the same time. So let's see here. That will be very similar to the falling state. We have all this stuff. Do we want to... Hang on. Do we want to inherit from the falling state? I don't think so. But we will be doing something very similar. So we'll first have to make a constructor. And then we need a move direction here. Actually, we don't need this. Finish my icons, though. I thought in general, if you want to peek at it, there's none for Plinko because 4 slots has always been bad for me. Oh, did you post in the Discord? Hell yeah. Nice. We got cast, reel, left, right, and then I guess that's hang to like stop it in the middle. Nice. Although, I guess, like, God, what's the word for it? When, like, the buttons are mapped in a way that makes it intuitive what direction it's supposed to go. Cast technically makes you go down, and reel technically makes you go up. So in my mind, these two should be... Oh, you don't see it. In my mind, these two should be on the opposite sides, but it really is whatever works for you. That's awesome. That's so crazy to think that you've made little hotkeys for playing the games. Hey, you know what? You want to test them out? Let's try it. Here you go. Here's some fishing. Where's my boy at? Wait a minute. Did my cast not work? Oh, it did. Wait, where am I? Oh, I'm way off to the left. Shit. There we go. I'm just looking at this play out on my Wacom tablet right now. Cast. Yeah. There's not a lot of interesting fish up right now. We need to clear out the pool. How's it working, Rook? Like butter? Give me that shit. Smoother than butter. Excellent. I'm not catching anything. I'm like dodging these fish like the Matrix. There we go. We got something. I should probably turn this off for the leaderboard. Ha 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 ha. That's cool. All right, I'll let you catch that one. Oh shit, Rook. I'm coming for you. Come on. Ah, shit. Who's gonna catch the big Gus? I'm going for him. Oh, probably gonna catch that little perch. Okay, come on. Come on, Gus. Come on. No, 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 no. Ah. I got the little pinky. Come on, Gus. Oh! I should bring back this game a little more. I've been relying on Plinko for far too long. The thing about this game though is it requires a little bit more engagement than simply just like typing 1, 2, or 3. Oh, who got it? Wendell. Wendell got the big Gus. All right, we're gonna call it there. You did. You got. Your hotkeys held no power here, Rook. That was fun. Okay, so now we are adding starting directions to this stuff. And we also need midair move speed, which I think is going to be the same as the falling speed. Yeah, there you go. You've essentially brought down the number of keystrokes required to play fishing from like 5 to 1. That's huge. Now you can play fishing one-handed. And all that implies, I guess. All right. So let's see here. We need to make a... Let's do something like... Private vector 3 gets velocity vector. How about that? New vector 3. Move direction times this dot mid-air move speed. Jump speed, and this. Move direction dot x, and then the speed. Okay, cool. So now this is fine, but here we go. Update the player velocity is going to be get velocity vector. We can add controller use to rover under. Didn't you do something like that as well, Rook? That's fucking crazy. You did something for rover under that lets you sort of like automate it a little bit, which is insane. Are there stream games that listen to mouse movements, Auntie? I don't think I've seen those before. It's usually just been controlled through like chat commands and things. Okay, so now if I were to do idle states and we do jump state, vector 3, 0, and running states, change to jump. So for this, it's going to be this character, change states, new jump state, this dot move direction. Cool. And then the falling state doesn't do anything like that. However, what the falling state does have is the ability to change direction in mid. What happens if I change direction in midair with a jump? Oh man, I think we already have that in place. So if I go to this move state here, oh, you know what? Okay, let's do this. Let's change this jump state to a move state. So we'll have move direction and move speed. We don't need. We have that stuff. Let me do base, starting direction. Great. So now we already have all of the functionality of the move state, which the falling state is using to control like our direction in midair, as well as flipping the sprite and stuff, which is very nice. But here, move left or right canceled. We'll need to override that. Do. So we'll go, hang on. Right. Let's just copy this. Jump states. Boink. Burp, burp, burp. Override. Let's change this to move direction. And then here we can just do this, that. Change to falling. Context. Perfect. I did make that 10-minute video on how to use the Joy-to key to play that game. You guys watched it and were like, yeah, that I remember. Dude, you put so much effort into optimizing the movement on that game. It was insane. The whole map is covered in piss. And thank you for that. As a Team Nutty Putty player, I appreciated that. Okay. So now we got this stuff, or we're calling base update state, and that's fine. Okay, this stuff seems fine. We don't need jump velocity vector anymore. We got the is hanging stuff. Yeah, we don't need this, because we are just making a new vector every frame. Okay. You know what? I think we're gonna change the OSD real quick. Out of T. Is this gonna do everything I want it to do? I'm not sure. Because we're going to start with a move direction, and that's going to move us this way. And then we'll change our move direction when we hit left or right. That's good. We're calling base.enter and base.exit, so we definitely are getting the same initializations here. I don't know. Maybe this will just work. Let's see. Oh, wait, hang on. The falling states. That's where we're messing up right here. So for hanging, we're just setting the vector 3 to 0. But what we want to do... Hang on, let's just do... If this dot is hanging... Then we're going to return vector 3. This dot move direction. Well, fuck it. We'll just copy this. But the jump speed will be set to 0. So we'll only be moving horizontally. Otherwise, we move horizontally and vertically. Cool. I think that should be okay. But then this. Current hang frames. We go to false state. Nope, so we'll just, instead of vector 3.0 here, we do this dot get velocity vector. Yes, it will be created. Wait. Okay, so we're still falling at a... Oh, wait. Because we're changing the fall state here. Yeah, we're setting it to vector 3.0, which is not what we want. We want move direction. There we go. We're getting close. This is actually happening much faster than I originally expected. Hey, hey. Look at that. It might be a bit too floaty, but it's something. Yeah, I think it is a bit floaty right now. Oi, 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 oi. Wait, hang on. Can I not? Okay, so interestingly... Okay, that is interesting. So it doesn't necessarily jump whenever I'm, like, trying to jump, even if I'm hitting it while I'm on the ground. Okay, let's see here. So I'm up to here. Okay, let's see what the is grounded is looking like here. Interesting. Yeah, the is grounded variable is taking a little long to trigger. So basically the variable... Oh, something felt weird there. Yeah, oh, what was that? Uh-huh, okay. There's a bit of a bug there, where they'll just start sliding because some input's not being read. Yeah, I don't know what's causing that. Okay. Let's double... Yeah, what was that? Let's double check what is grounded is looking like. You have some starting graphic images, but you know the game can evolve to be anything. Right? Oh yeah, absolutely. This is basically what you just call white boxing in game dev, where like you don't really care what the graphics kind of look like. You're mostly just trying to make things feel good with just the boxes, and then you can spruce it up with whatever graphics you want. The only reason that I'm using the character sprite right now is so that I can use it as a reference to basically measure things. Because I know this Madeline character is approximately 2 of these blocks high. So that's how I kind of gauged how high the character is able to jump, by looking at it in game and then basically replicating that. So, what was I doing? Right, I need to check when is grounded is updating. So right here, it's basically every... Should it be every update frame? I think it should, because that'll give us like the most up-to-date thing. But that, maybe not, because it's using physics to determine that. What if I were to put this into fixed update instead? Because there are moments when I try to hit the jump button while I'm running across the grounds, and it doesn't register. Yeah. Is there any moment when I'm in the run state, but is grounded is equal to false? Or I wonder if, do I need an is grounded state? I think I do. Yeah, because that's how I check to see if I go from like falling to running. So it looks like I'm not entering the run state when I should be. I could, but what I'm doing right now, Auntie, is I'm trying to replicate an existing game just to get the character movement feeling good. and then I'll probably start adding some like unique ideas to it once it's feeling good. So right now I'm kind of in what I would probably describe as like the boring parts of game development, where I'm just trying to replicate something that I can use for other projects later. Okay. Let's see here. I don't know if you're referencing the soundtrack or not, Braynoid, or Replicant, because there is a Nier game called Nier Replicant, but I've only ever played Automata. Hi, no, okay. Yeah, I'm basically just trying to replicate the Celeste character controller, and it is going okay. Not quite there yet because something. Oh yeah, that's still weird. I think that's what's going on. So it's not detecting is grounded fast enough. So when I start sliding like that, it's because it thinks I'm in the falling state, I think. Hang on. That's how I... Okay, that's how I replicate it. So I'm in the middle of jumping, and then I let go into the falling state, and then I don't think... All right, let's print out some logs here. You decided to call my game Replicat. Which game? Is that the matching game that you're working on right now, that like Balatro like? Right, let's collapse this, and then we are going to Gotcha. Okay, so it thinks I'm in the running state right now, even though I'm not pressing anything. And why is that? Why is that? Let's uncollapse that. Still says I'm in the running state. Let's go all the way to the top. No, not like that. Go all the way to the top here. We're idle. We run a little bit. Now we're in the falling state. So we go from jump to fall. And then we're falling. And then it's still... Okay, so we're going from the falling state to the running state. What's the logic for falling state here? I see. So we changed the run state with this move direction, which may or may not be correct. Oh, I see. If we're falling and I let go of it... Wait, hang on. Because we're on the move state. This is interesting. It's not detecting it in time to where I let go of the analog stick. Hang on. Let me see that again. Hoi. 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 What's going on? Why do I sometimes slide? God, I had the repro steps down pat for a second. Alright, well, we'll figure that out later, I guess. Okay, so that grounded state is feeling wonky. This right here. Update is grounded. So if I'm in the running state and is grounded is false, I'm technically in the falling state. What the fuck? Oh, hang on a second. Yeah, so you can kind of see when I'm pressing A, it doesn't always jump. And I'm pretty sure I'm processing all of my inputs in the update loop instead of fixed update. So why? Hang on. Is that the same for the idle state as well? If I'm just standing still? Looks like it. There's something going on with my is grounded. Yeah, it looks like is grounded is taking a couple of frames to register. So there's something wrong with my logic for that. Okay. Is it processing last time-based code, therefore not reacting to new command? It shouldn't be time-based. I don't think. Yeah, something's wrong there. Okay. So the issue is in this code here. You know what we could do? Is instead of this physics overlap box here, instead of doing an overlap box, we know the moment that they hit jump that we are going to move them 0.45 meters off the ground. So if there's anything less than that, can they jump? No, we can't do that because then they can... Hang on. Hang on, I need to do some thinking here. Should I just... no. Should I just set it on a... I don't think I can set it on a collision event. Or maybe I can. If I set it on a collision event where the normal is pointing up, then I know they've hit the ground. And then they can jump again from there. What if I just do that? What if I just say, fuck, update is rounded, and just do this? And then I'm just going to need a way to set is grounded equal to false, which is going to be, I guess, when we either jump or fall, which would make sense. And it is public, okay. Is grounded is equal to false. And then in the jump state, we do the same thing. And then that'll change if they ever collide with the ground. This seems unreliable, but we'll see. No? I mean, we're definitely gonna have to test it a lot more to see if we can ever get it to break. And we did. I think when I hit... Yeah, okay. Whoa. Oh shit. That's right. We need some sort of is grounded test to see when we walk off a ledge and we fall. That's what we need that is grounded for. So we can't just base it solely off of collision. A collision event. We need to be able to check underneath the character to see whether or not they're grounded. Interesting. How do we want to do that? Maybe we just use is grounded for deciding whether or not we fall, and then we have a separate Boolean for whether or not they can jump. And we can recharge the player's jump when they collide with floor. Because we don't seem to have much of an issue. Hang on. Let's put this back. Player character, update is grounded. We don't seem to have much of an issue with like falling. But what we can do is have another one. Can't jump. And then this will only turn on if that's true. I don't know if I like that. I don't like having a bunch of like arbitrary flags all over the place, but all right, let's see here. So this changed to jump if we're running. So falling state to, well, that's the problem. We are having an issue with determining whether or not, because it takes them a while to detect is grounded. So no, I think our is grounded logic definitely has to change. Doing an overlap box using its extent, and if we collide with anything that is below us, then is grounded is equal to true. But it's not getting that, so I guess does it need to be, I guess it needs to be slightly larger than its extent, you know? Maybe something's going weird with the overlap box and how it's resolving collisions. Although maybe Maybe we're doing something really wonky with this on collision enter, and if we just comment that out, it's fine. Let's do one little change at a time, eh? So we no longer are doing any sort of like, no, it's still taking a couple of frames to do that. Okay. So it doesn't have anything to do with that. Let's just multiply this by like 1.1. Let's make it a slightly larger overlap box. That's actually kind of working. Let's check this. All right, it's basically updating at the same time now. So I think the reason that the jump doesn't feel as responsive as the original game now is just due to the fact that we don't have any like jump buffering in right now. But now, at least when I'm moving on the grounds and I can confirm that my feet are planted on the ground and I'm grounded, when I press jump, I'm jumping when I expect to. Cool. And I can jump up like this and like this, and everything's fine. Oh, hang on. Something felt weird there. Whoa. What was that? Right. Oh, yeah, hang on. That's what feels weird. So when I jump and change direction, I immediately start descending. And that shouldn't happen. I should be able to go like left, right, and go like whoop for a little bit. Okay. Yeah, we're listening to the Nier Automata soundtrack now. It is maybe a little louder. Let's turn that down just a little bit. Okay. So, why is it, why are we transitioning to the falling states like that? Oh, wait, I think we're transitioning to the idle state. So move left or right canceled. Did we... Move left or right canceled. Aha! We're changing to falling here, and we don't want to do that. So we just get rid of this in the jumping states. There we go. Now that's feeling pretty good. I don't know if it's accurate. I might have to try this scene out in Celeste again to see if like it's possible for me to do something like just kidding, sort of thing. But now I can at least, you know, jump for as high as I want and then change direction. Okay. Okay. Sweet. I think what we can probably do now, we might still have some time to implement a jump buffer, but let me just commit this real quick. Oops, open that up. Don't need that anymore. We'll get rid of that to save us some RAM. Slightly more polished jump mechanic. Okay. So now, what we kind of want to do is add a jump buffer. And what that essentially is, maybe I can demonstrate it in the actual Celeste game here. Boop. Basically to account for human error and their own sort of latency between their eyeballs and their fingers. Generally, platformers will add what's called a jump buffer, which means that if you press jump and it's before you're actually like on the ground, then it'll still sort of jump. So it's kind of hard to see, but if you kind of like look at my little A button here, let me see if I can make that a little bit bigger. Oop. Main layouts. Meow. We're gonna make this huge, so that way you'll hopefully be able to see it. But if I hit jump a little bit before I touch the ground, I'm still gonna jump a little bit. It's kind of hard to see with like the little smoke trails and stuff. Let's see if I can find something that's a bit more clear without the sand and the smoke trails. There are some games that have a surprisingly forgiving jump buffer. This one actually doesn't seem too much, but you can kind of see that like I'm sometimes hitting jump before I'm touching the ground, but I'm still able to jump. Oh, those clouds are really nice though. I think that really adds a lot to the jumping itself. So I honestly might need to. I think I can eyeball this one without doing like math to it. But it's basically, I think it seems like it's only like a couple frames of forgiveness. There are some jump buffers, like the game 9 Souls that I've been playing seems like a half-second jump buffer, which is kind of insane, but it doesn't really get in the way of anything. Okay. Let's put this back to where it was. A little more. There we go. So basically what I'm going to have to do is, I guess in the falling state is the only time that it's going to happen. So you hit jump in the falling state and it'll basically wait a couple of frames and detect that that is still being held. So it's not necessarily waiting for the exact moment that you hit the jump button, but it's going to detect that you've hit the jump button for a couple of frames, and if you still haven't touched the ground before, then that sort of disappears. Okay. So let's see here. How do we want to do that? We have our move state here, which does all this stuff. Oops. Is it 3D made to look like 2D? Then you have to invent 3D movement possibilities, so this is going to be better. Yeah, well, it's definitely like, it's got like some layered elements to it, but it's still definitely just a 2D game. For sure. Okay, so let's see here. Private floats. Jump buffer in seconds. Let's just do like, we'll do half a second jump buffer for now to be really, really forgiving. Max jump buffer. Jump initiated. It's false. It's true. If jump initiated, then let's see here. If it's initiated and then this character is grounded is equal to true, then instead of this, wait, hang on. How about we do this? If character is grounded is equal to true, then we'll just do a if jump initiated is equal to true. Then instead of going to the idle state, we just go immediately to the jump state. Change state, new, run states. No, not run state. Jump state. Move direction. Okay. And then else. Okay. Let's do this at the end, hey? If the jump has been initiated, then this dot current jump buffer plus equals time dot delta time. It's less than max jump buffer. Oh wait. If jump initiated and this dot current jump buffer is less than max. Well, hang on, I guess we can't do these both at the same time. Or we could, but let's just make it a little bit more clear. If this otherwise jump initiated equals false. Is that what I want? I think so. Because whether or not they're holding the jump button when they actually touch the ground is irrelevant. So even if they tap the jump button and they still haven't touched the ground yet, but then they touch the ground, they're no longer holding the jump button, it should still jump. Okay. Whew. All right. Let's just do like let's just put this into a function, hey? Although if they hit that multiple times in a row, no, that's fine. Okay. All right, let's see what mess we've created. Hey, it's not bad. All right. It's very generous right now. So let's change that to like, let's say half of it, 0.2 seconds. That honestly might be a little bit big as well. It might just need to be like a couple frames. Oh. Definitely shouldn't have been able to double jump there. Aha. Hang on. What happened there? Okay. What was that? Oh, that's just me tapping it. That's fine. Okay. Okay, this isn't looking too bad. At least responsiveness-wise. I still don't think it feels proper. But it's doing something. This feels... I'm gonna have to test this to see if I really do have this much control going like left and right like this. I probably do, but I'm gonna have to double check that. But I'm basically jumping. Something feels weird there. Oh. I see. I'm gonna have to change my my is grounded function a little bit because I'm just modifying instead of doing an overlap box. Well, I am still doing an overlap box, but instead of just using the pure extents of the player collider, I just multiplied both sides x and y by 1.1. And I think I just need to expand the extents of the y direction by 10% rather than both x and y, which is why I'm getting a little bit of funkiness when I'm jumping up here on these things. It's not the biggest deal, but it's something. I'm also going to need to change this, because when I hit something with my head, I should automatically start falling. So we'll have to change that. Because this shouldn't happen. Really? At least I don't think. Okay. But otherwise, jump buffer's feeling pretty good. Okay. It just looks a little jank because I don't have any, like, animations going like that. Maybe I'll start adding those in maybe another update or something. But so far, this is feeling pretty good. Hey, that's a lot more responsive than I've ever had a player controller. Nice. First pass at jump buffer. Okay. I think that's probably a good place to call it. What time is it where you are? I'm from Finland, but I'd like to say I'm from Creatorland. Finland. Isn't that... hang on. Yeah. You may be interested in the fact that on Thursdays we play a little game called Fear and Hunger, which was developed by a solo Finnish developer. It's a bit of a fucked up game. It has some very dark tones and things like that. Right now we are currently playing the sequel to it, Fear and Hunger 2 Termina. But still, made by a solo Finnish developer. So, you might be interested to come check that out to see an indie game repped by your home country. But I am currently living in America, more specifically the center of America. So right now it is mid-evening for me. So it is late enough to where I should probably have gotten some dinner a couple hours ago. So now is probably a good time to call it here. But we've actually made some good progress. We're finally getting to the interesting stuff. Let's see. Let's turn off the near stuff and go. Yeah. Let's see what some folks are doing. Oh, I gotta go on my face cam. All right. We'll go to someone who's a bit more in your time zone there, Auntie. Let's go to Outfrost. He is a fellow game developer that we often see participating in the same game jams that we do. So, he's a fun dude. Alrighty. A lot of work created in progress. Good work. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this was a lot more productive than last week's stream, which is nice. Hopefully we'll be getting to some more fun things by next week. So we'll be doing this basically every Sunday in American time, as best I can, unless I have some plans that day. But Thursdays we do Fear and Hunger stuff. Fridays we are going to actually, I think this Friday is when the new beta for Monster Hunter Wilds is up. So we'll probably be playing that with the boys. And then Saturday is going to be, what are we doing Saturday? Oh yeah, more Deadly Premonition. So that is what our week is looking like. Let us say hello to Outfrost as we raid him. And then until all of that kind of stuff starts, I'm going to have to say love you, miss you, mean it. Later, Cabbage Patch. See you later in the week. Adios. Bye-bye. See you later.